Fulfill Insight presents. Welcome back to the captivating realm of the Sigma female, a place where strength, independence, and mystery collide in the most fascinating ways. Today we're diving into a topic that not only challenges perceptions, but reveals the unshakable core of a Sigma female. What happens when a Sigma female is overlooked? When the world decides to ignore her brilliance, does she crumble or retreat into self-doubt? Absolutely not. In fact, being overlooked only serves to enhance her power and resilience. This is no ordinary response. We're talking about a woman who turns neglect into fuel for greatness. So buckle up, because this journey is all about discovering how a Sigma female transforms being overlooked into an opportunity for growth, empowerment, and self-mastery. And remember, if you're feeling this energy, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and share this video with anyone who needs a dose of Sigma wisdom. Number 1, silent confidence, embracing her inner strength. The Sigma female is a woman of few words when it comes to seeking external validation. Her power lies in the quiet, unshakable confidence she carries within. So what happens when she's ignored? She doesn't crumble or chase after attention. Instead, she taps deeper into her reservoir of self-assurance. Overlooked by others, she turns inward and reflects on her own strengths. Unlike most, she doesn't require acknowledgement from those around her to feel valued. Her worth is self-defined. Being overlooked merely gives her the space to grow even more secure in who she is. While others may scramble for attention or feel diminished by neglect, the Sigma female thrives. This quiet confidence isn't arrogance. It's the result of years spent cultivating her sense of self, independent of anyone else's approval. When overlooked, she doesn't shrink. She becomes even more grounded in her purpose. Her aura of calm assurance makes it clear that her identity is unshaken by whether someone chooses to acknowledge her or not. Number 2, empowered detachment, walking away with grace. Imagine this. She's in a room full of people, and yet someone ignores her, maybe even deliberately. The average person might feel the sting of being dismissed, but not the Sigma female. She doesn't cling to situations where she's not valued. Instead, she makes one of her most powerful moves. She detaches. This isn't the kind of detachment rooted in bitterness or revenge. It's an empowered decision to remove herself gracefully from environments where her presence isn't appreciated. Her ability to walk away is part of what makes her so compelling. She's not desperate for anyone's attention or approval. And when someone doesn't see her worth, she's quick to move on without a second thought. The Sigma female has no time for games, drama, or people who don't recognize her value. Her detachment is a silent yet potent declaration of her self-respect. In her world, being overlooked isn't a loss. It's a reminder of her ability to control where she invests her energy. Number 3, thriving in independence, a lone wolf on her own path. While many people seek connection and validation from others, the Sigma female operates a little differently. She thrives in her independence. When someone overlooks her, it only amplifies her natural state of autonomy. She doesn't rely on others for her happiness, sense of fulfillment, or success. In fact, being overlooked only deepens her appreciation for the freedom she already enjoys. The Sigma female has mastered the art of self-sufficiency, and this makes her virtually untouchable. When the world ignores her, she uses that time to focus on her own goals, ambitions, and passions. Instead of feeling isolated, she feels empowered to chase her dreams with even more fervor. The beauty of her independence is that it doesn't hinge on external circumstances. Her sense of fulfillment comes from within. Whether anyone notices her or not, she's already on her way to greatness, walking her own path on her own terms. Number 4, turning neglect into fuel, channeling rejection into ambition. Let's face it, being overlooked isn't pleasant, but for the Sigma female, it's not the end of the story. It's the beginning. When someone fails to recognize her worth, she doesn't crumble. Instead, she channels that rejection into fuel for her ambitions. Picture this. Someone ignores her, and instead of feeling diminished, she decides to level up. It's like throwing gasoline on the fire of her ambition. Now she's even more determined to succeed, not to prove anyone wrong, but to prove herself right. Whether it's pursuing her career goals, mastering new skills, or deepening her personal growth, the Sigma female turns neglect into a secret weapon. She's not the type to dwell on what others think of her. She'd rather focus on what she thinks of herself. In this way, being overlooked only sharpens her focus and drives her to greater heights. She's always looking for ways to evolve, and being ignored gives her the perfect opportunity to show the world what she's capable of on her terms. Number 5. Success is her best response, letting achievement do the talking. While some might respond to being overlooked with confrontation or revenge, the Sigma female takes a different route. She lets her success speak for itself. There's no need for her to get tangled in petty conflicts or emotional drama. Instead, she channels all her energy into her own growth and achievements. For her, there's no better response to being ignored than thriving in every area of her life. She knows that success is the loudest statement she can make. Whether it's in her career, personal life, or creative endeavors, the Sigma female lets her accomplishments do the talking. When she reaches her goals, it's a mic drop moment. She doesn't have to say a word to those who overlooked her. Her achievements say it all. By focusing on her own path, she proves that she's not only strong enough to rise above being ignored, but she's also capable of greatness no matter who's watching. Number 6. Selective engagement, knowing when and how to respond. One of the most powerful qualities of a Sigma female is her ability to choose when and how to engage with others. When she's overlooked, she doesn't waste time trying to get someone's attention. She's strategic about where she invests her energy. And if someone doesn't see her value, she has no problem stepping back and disengaging entirely. This isn't about avoiding conflict, it's about protecting her peace. A Sigma female knows her worth, and she's not going to waste it on people who fail to recognize it. Instead of reacting emotionally, she remains cool, calm, and in control. She chooses her battles wisely, knowing that her energy is precious and shouldn't be spent on people who don't appreciate her. This selective engagement allows her to stay focused on her goals and surround herself with people who truly value and support her. Number 7. Embracing her freedom independence is her superpower. When a Sigma female is overlooked, she doesn't see it as rejection, she sees it as freedom. She's free from the expectations, judgments, and opinions of others. This newfound freedom is a source of empowerment for her. Without the weight of someone else's approval, she's liberated to live life on her own terms. She's free to pursue her passions, chase her dreams, and explore new horizons without any limitations. This freedom isn't just about breaking away from those who overlook her, it's about breaking free from any self-imposed limitations as well. The Sigma female uses this opportunity to explore new interests, take risks, and push herself out of her comfort zone. In doing so, she unlocks new levels of growth, self-discovery, and empowerment. Being overlooked isn't a loss for her, it's a gateway to even greater possibilities. Number 8. Flourishing without external validation. Her worth comes from within. The Sigma female doesn't need external validation to feel fulfilled. When others fail to recognize her, it doesn't diminish her self-worth. She understands that her value comes from within, and no amount of external neglect can change that. While some might seek approval from others, she's perfectly content knowing that she's enough just as she is. Being overlooked gives her the space to reflect on her own strengths and remind herself that she's capable, independent, and powerful. Whether anyone notices or not, she's constantly working on becoming the best version of herself. She doesn't need applause or recognition to feel accomplished. Her sense of worth is rooted in her ability to thrive on her own terms. And that's something no one can take away from her. So, what happens when a Sigma female is overlooked? She rises. She transforms neglect into an opportunity for growth, empowerment, and self-discovery. Every moment she's ignored is a moment she uses to become stronger, wiser, and more unstoppable than ever before. For the Sigma female, being overlooked isn't the end, it's just the beginning of something extraordinary. Thank you, Fulfill Insight, for joining me on this exploration of the Sigma female's indomitable spirit. If this resonated with you, make sure to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more empowering insights. Until next time, keep shining, and remember, being overlooked only makes you more unstoppable.